Living fully before life ends, the Buddhist way to meet life. Part 1. The unknown gap. We come into this life without anyone asking our opinion or explaining the rules of the game. One day, you open your eyes and find yourself here, in a world that is constantly moving. If you truly reflect on it, all human lives ultimately revolve around two major events: being born and dying. Everything else, love, work, money, hurt, or ambition, takes place in the gap in between. A gap whose length none of us know beforehand. So, the most pressing question isn't whether life has an ultimate meaning. A more practical question is, while we are still here, how will we embrace this life? How to truly live, not just pass through life. Over 2,500 years ago, a man named Siddhartha Gautama began his journey with a similar sense of unease. He had immense wealth, a family, and comfort, everything the world said would make for a fulfilling life. But he felt something was wrong. Instead of ignoring it, he followed that feeling to its very roots. And what he discovered has become a guiding principle for humanity for over 2 millennia. Part 2. The nature of life, Dukkha and Anicca. Before we can talk about living fully, we need to look directly at the nature of life. There is a feeling that many people carry but rarely name. It's not exactly depression, not always a crisis. It's more like a low hum, a feeling that something is slightly off, even when everything on the surface seems fine. You have a job, a home, people who care about you. Yet, in those strange late-night moments, you feel a distance between yourself and your life. The Buddhist term for this state is dukkha, often translated as suffering. But suffering is only the surface and the loudest part. Dukkha also includes something quieter, the subtle feeling that things aren't quite fitting the way we want them to. It's like wearing shoes that almost fit your foot size. You can still walk, you can still function, but with each step, there's a lingering discomfort that you've learned to ignore. And the reason life's shoes don't fit is because of a truth the Buddha observed. Everything is in motion. This is called Anicca, impermanence. Your body is no longer the body it was 10 years ago. Your mind now is no longer the mind it was this morning. Dukkha arises precisely where our desire to keep things still clashes with the reality that everything must change. We cling to youth, love, security, and when life moves on, we feel hurt. But when you see through this, something inside begins to soften. The pain you carry isn't a sign that your life is broken, but a sign that you're trying to make something stand still when its very nature is to move. Part 3. What does it mean to live life to the fullest? Sati, Sampacañña. When hearing the phrase, live life to the fullest, most people picture two things. The first picture is traveling, experiencing, trying to cram as many things as possible into a bucket list. But there are people who fill every moment, travel everywhere, yet still feel like their lives haven't been truly touched. Because filling your life and living life to the fullest are two completely different things. The second picture is the advice. Live in the present. But someone who mindlessly scrolls through their phone for hours, their body is in the present. But is their consciousness free? Someone who is angrily shouting while driving, they are also in that now, but no one would call that living life to the fullest. So what's missing here? It's the quality of awareness you bring into that moment. In the ancient scriptures, the 4 foundations of mindfulness, presence isn't an ambiguous state. It's composed of Sati, mindfulness, and Sampacañña, awareness. Mindfulness, Sati, is the ability to be here, to know what's happening as it's happening. Like turning on a light in a room, it helps you see what's present. Awareness, Sampacañña, is the ability to clearly understand what you're seeing. Why are you doing this? Does it serve your core values? Are you making a conscious choice, or just reacting out of habit? Sati illuminates, Sampacañña understands. Part 4. The distortion of the mind and the path back. If full presence brings freedom, why do we spend most of our lives without it? Because the mind has a deeply ingrained habit. It is constantly leaving the room. Imagine you are sitting with a morning cup of coffee. What is actually happening? The warmth of the cup against your hand, the taste of the coffee, the light coming through the window. That is the present. But where are you? You are replaying yesterday's events, worrying about a bill, planning for today. Your hand holds the cup, your mouth tastes the flavor, but your attention has long since left the room. That happens when you have dinner with your family, when you're with your children, when you go for a walk. You live with interpretations, with stories told in your head, rather than living with real reality. The Buddha didn't tell us, stop thinking. That's as absurd as forcing your lungs to stop breathing. He pointed it out more gently. Pay attention when you get lost. The moment you realize, oh, I'm not really here. I'm in the future worrying about something that may never happen. In that very moment of awareness, you've already returned. You don't need to use force to pull yourself back. Awareness is the way home. You get lost. You become aware. You return. That cycle isn't a failure. That cycle is practice. Part 5. Facing adversity. 2 arrows. These things sound good when your mornings are quiet. But what about when life is really tough? When you're facing unpayable bills? When your body is aching? When you're burdened with too much responsibility? The Buddha never denied the cruelty of adversity. He not only preached to monks in the deep forests, he spoke to people with families, jobs, debts, and daily worries. But he pointed out that the mind often inflicts a second wound upon itself. He used the image of 2 arrows. The first arrow is the pain that life brings, illness, loss, a circumstance you did not choose. The second arrow is what the mind shoots at itself. Why me? This shouldn't have happened. My life is ruined. The first arrow may have been painful, but the second is the one that exhausts us. Mindfulness practice isn't about denying the first arrow, but about recognizing and stopping the second. When you see the difference between the real burden of circumstances and the burden your mind creates, you will only carry what truly belongs to you. Part 6. The outro. The day you look back on your life. There will be a day when you look back on your life. Perhaps it will be a quiet afternoon many years from now, or when you are sitting next to the person you love and know that your time together is running out. In that moment, the things you once devoted so much energy to chasing, career milestones, bank balances, what others think of you, suddenly feel light. And another question arises, was I truly there in those important moments? The greatest pain doesn't come from dramatically making a mistake. It comes from being absent when you were there. The Bhattacharya Sutta reminds us, do not seek the past. Do not yearn for the future. The past is gone. The future has not yet arrived. Only the present moment exists. Wisdom is here. Living fully doesn't protect you from loss. Nothing can. But it means that when loss comes, you only carry the sadness itself, not the added burden of, what if? Living fully isn't about living perfectly. No one can be 100% mindful all the time. It just requires sincerity, a complete meal, a handshake, a message answered with care, a deep breath before anger turns into words. Today is here. This moment is waiting to be embraced, and it deserves to be truly lived. Thank you for joining the channel in today's video. Cherish every moment, and see you again on our next mindfulness journeys.